Right, all right, all right. Hey, world, it's your main man, Marcus Scott, here for another Testimony Tuesday. We got something special for you this time. I'm not actually going to be doing the interview, and we're going to have somebody new this time. It's going to be young Miss A.M.E Roberts. She's going to interview some of our young adults. So I hope you guys enjoy. All right.
Hello everyone, my name is A.M.E Roberts and today we have a special Testimony Tuesday for you guys. We have Taylor and Aurelius home from their first year of college. This is really special to me. I first off just want to start by saying I'm really proud of you guys. I can't believe we're here at this moment, your first year from college. I guess we can start by introducing you guys, introducing yourself. Tell them where you graduated high school, what school you're at now, and what you're majoring in.
All right. My name is Aurelius Scott. I went to Beechcroft High School, and I'm currently at Columbus State majoring in sports exercise science, recreation, and administration.
My name is Taylor Foster. I went to Eastmoor Academy and Fort Hays Career Center, and I go to Kentucky State University majoring in criminal justice.
Nice. Okay, so now that you guys have your first year of college under your belt, how are you feeling? What's something that you feel like you learned? A lesson, something you learned about yourself?
I'd say something I learned this year was trusting the process. You know, I didn't know what I wanted to do when I graduated high school. I made my decision in probably the middle of June. Yeah, like the middle of June. And I originally did want to go play football, but I never had the opportunity to go for free. You know, Columbus State was free, and I also didn't really like school. So I went to Columbus State to, because it's free, and to see if I could really do this for 4 years, because it's my own choice now. So being at Columbus State definitely made me trust the process, because I'm still, I still have to be there for a couple more semesters, a part of the program. I'm with Columbus Promise program. But yeah, so I say trusting the process.
I would say I had to learn how to navigate by myself, mentally, physically, through little problems that I would call my parents for. I had to learn how to figure that out by myself, because I'm on my own, so I can't just keep depending on my parents for everything, especially because I am now an adult. So once I leave school, I won't have nobody to tell me how to do certain things. So I would just say the biggest lesson I learned was definitely how to navigate by myself.
And with learning that lesson about yourself, how did that bring you closer to God, or did it show you anything about God's character?
Yeah, I definitely say, it's trusting the process with God as well. So I have to learn that everything's not going to be when I want it or how I want it, because I'm obviously not where I planned on where I was going to be, but where I'm at now is better than actually what I thought I was going to be doing. I knew I was going to go to Columbus State, but I didn't know if I was going to like it. And right now I'm enjoying it because I just came off a great semester with a 3.2.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm currently taking summer classes right now. So I just say, yeah, trusting the process with God is definitely what I've been focusing on this year.
Yeah, I would like to piggyback off of what he said. I would say it just really made me trust in God more, because since I'm by myself, when I'm going out and stuff, I have to be more aware, and sometimes I just put my trust in him, because I know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of his favorites. So I just know he got me at all times. So I just really just put my trust in him.
Um, Next question. What would you say is one of the biggest challenges that you faced this year? And how did your faith or your personal growth help you get through that?
One of my challenges this year was my first semester in college. I didn't do well. I had a 2.1, and with me knowing I have the option if I want to go to school or not. It's not my parents, it's not me having to be there, or people will come knock doors, send notes to my parents and stuff. Like, this is my decision. So me having that low GPA, knowing I'm at the school I'm at to get a high GPA, it made me realize that I have to trust God in this process, right? Like, I can't just go there and not do what I'm supposed to do while being there. Like, this is the route I'm on right now, is me obviously having to be there. So me having to be there, I have to get good grades, I have to pay attention, stuff like that, because that's what I'm there for. So I feel like that was my biggest challenge the first semester.
And when you say having to be there, is that because of the Columbus Promise program?
No, I'm saying like having to be there for me.
Oh,
Like,
okay, yeah. Mhm. Gotcha. And what about you, Taylor? What would you say was your biggest challenge this year?
I would definitely say there was a situation on campus that had happened, and it kind of tested my faith a little bit. I had to come home from school, finish off my semester online, and I didn't think I was going to be able to go back to school because of tuition costs. But pastor found a way, and it really just showed me that God always has me, like, at all times. Doesn't matter how bad it gets, there's always going to be a up.
Was there a moment this year when you clearly saw God working in your life and on your behalf, if it wasn't the challenge that you already mentioned?
I mean, I feel like with me, like, getting closer to God, I feel like it's showing. Like, last year, not last year, I'd say, I guess, like my senior year of high school, junior year of high school, they weren't the best. They weren't the best years, not even just school-wise, just like life-wise. But I feel like this year, I've had so much like joy. I'm always smiling. There's nothing fake about how I act. Like, I'm not hiding feelings or anything. I'm not fake smiling, none of that. Like, I feel like it's really starting to show. Like, when you put your all in Jesus, then you know what I mean. It's just he'll give you the results that you want.
Yeah, sometimes we can kind of put ourselves in these cycles, and it's just because the trial was supposed to bring you closer to God, but you're like either fighting it or thinking you can just do it on your own. And so basically you're trying to figure out, like, why am I struggling so hard? I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, but it can sometimes be because you were doing everything you're supposed to do, but you were trying to do it on your own, or thinking you could handle it all instead of surrendering all that to Christ. So, yeah. Yes, I can. So you kind of talked about how you had to come home this semester. Was there a specific moment going through all of that where you clearly saw God working in your life and on your behalf?
I would say definitely towards the end, once I actually reached out to Pastor and he started, trying to find ways and stuff. Like, that's when I really started to realize, like, I have to open the hand for me to really get some help, and God is always going to have me regardless. I feel like he was working also because even after all that happened, I still ended up on the dean's list, and in the National Honor Society. Like, so I just had to really trust the process, like you said.
Congratulations to you too. You guys are really killing it. Okay. If you had to encourage someone who was about to start their first year of college, we're coming up off of Grad Sunday. We just had this Sunday, so we had a couple high school graduates, I think. So yeah, if you had to encourage someone else who was about to start their first year of college, or even their first year of life, if they're about to enter the workforce, because I know you guys are working now, being home from school, what would you tell them?
I would definitely tell them, don't let other people's like comments and opinions, rush whatever you have going on. Like, it's not like people give these opinions like out of, oh, I'm older, like, so I'm right. It's just, I feel like it's love, and they just want the best for you. But sometimes it just feels like as a team, it feels like you're rushing me or something. Like well, at least from my experience, I always felt like people said, oh, I have to make this decision by this date. I have to, but there's always gonna be people like like Ms. Dove. She would ask me, where am I going? I told her I'm not for sure yet, and she was like, well, it's okay, you still have a little time, don't worry about it, and stuff like that. And that's always helpful, having people who aren't rushing you and who aren't like trying to not tell you what to do, but like, basically like tell you what to do. So.
Yeah, I think that's good, because you kind of touched on something. I think sometimes we get caught up in earthly timelines, and in high school, there's decision day. It's a special day where everybody's supposed to know. But I don't think I had committed to a school by that decision day. I was kind of like between two schools when I was a senior in high school, and I kind of waited till I think the middle of the summer to really like sign the paper. So yeah, I think sometimes we get caught up in these earthly timelines, forgetting that we serve a God who's eternal, and his timeline is not our timeline. And if we're trusting in him, like when people were watching you probably thinking, oh my God, when is he gonna decide? That's like a blip in God's eye, probably less than a blink in God's timing. So that's really good. What about you, Taylor? How would you encourage someone who is either entering the workforce or their first year of college?
I would say, well, once again, like he said, trust the process, because he'll put you through so many obstacles that they may look like they're bad, but they're all in a working process for a plan that he has, and it's always going to work in your favor. It may not look like it, but you have to dig deep to really look through it. It's always a reason why he does the things that he does. And even like he said, like when like older people older than you, your elders, like if they're giving you advice, I would say take it, because although it may get annoying and it might not be what you want to hear, most of the time they're definitely right. I had to learn that myself. Even though I don't think I really took in everything everybody said to me, I did take in some little things, and it did help me throughout my first year of college.
Both you guys kind of touch on that too. It can be a double-edged sword a little bit, because on the one hand, you don't want to compare your journey to anybody else's, but on the other hand, people have gone through things and have learned lessons, and there's the potential that maybe you don't have to learn that lesson if you can learn something from what someone else went through. So yeah, that's good, Taylor. And sometimes we do have to humble ourselves to know that people aren't just talking to be annoying or to put pressure on you. Yeah, that they really, at the end of the day, it's because they care about you, and they want to see you do better than they did. So yeah. In that same vein, is there some advice that you would give to your younger self, your high school self, or even your middle school self about preparing for college?
Probably not, no. I don't think I'd give myself any advice other than, No, I ain't gonna lie. No, I won't give myself no advice. I think everything turned out good and in the way it's supposed to turn out. So
Yeah, I kind of feel the same, but I would still say like take the advice that you get from your elders, because a lot of the things that people did tell me, they were kind of right, even though I didn't want them to be. They were definitely right, and I just had to learn from it, because you always have to learn from your mistakes. That's what they're for.
You guys both grew up in the church. Do you think that helped you in your first year? And maybe for people who did not have that, do you guys think there's a necessity, for Bible study on college campuses?
I think that it is a necessity, because I think that it does help people, because there's multiple like Bible studies, church services, like a lot of things on campus, and I feel like it does help mentally, knowing that you can go build a connection with God while you're still on campus. Like, you don't have to be at home to really get a connection, and I think it helps, because he should, like, although like if you don't have a personal relationship with him, he'll still work in your favor. But when you have that connection, he's literally like right
Direct
by you.
line.
Like direct line right there.
yeah, I feel like a Bible study on campus is needed, because even though like growing up, you could grow up in the church, but what I realize is the people in the church can't have that relationship with God for you. So as you're on campus and you go to the Bible studies, is everybody by themselves going into, like, no parents, nobody who, well, I mean, they might have people they grew up with, but you know what I mean? Like, you have to find God for yourself. So I feel like, yeah, Bible studies on campuses are needed. I don't know, I'm not really involved, if I'm being honest, at Columbus State, like, activities. But I just go to class and go home. So, but I don't think they have any Bible studies at school. Or, well, they might. Actually, yeah, they do. They do. Yeah.
Taylor, did you attend Bible studies, or did you join any groups on your campus? What's the Christian life like on campus?
I didn't partake in any like myself, but I did go to like some events, because I don't know, me personally, I don't like anybody praying over me, because like everybody's praise is not a good praise. I don't know, that's just the way I grew up. It might sound a little bad, but
You mean anybody, like
just
any old body,
yeah,
like people that you don't know,
like I
that
don't really know you. I don't want
Okay,
you just praying over me, because I don't know your real intentions for me. So yeah, I didn't really go, but I did plan on going. I had my dad. My dad gave me his Bible from college, so I had that, and my mom bought me a pink Bible, because my favorite color is pink.
Over the past year, I know for me, like, I'm sure you guys have met a lot of people in your different classes, had new experiences that you didn't have in high school. And I think sometimes in high school, based off of your friend group or the environment, you can think that you're one way, and then you go to a new environment and you learn things about yourself, who you really are without those people around. So I was just wondering, did you guys learn anything about your purpose, or
Go first.
did it teach you anything about yourself, like who you were away from those people or away from high school, or who you were called to be?
I feel like through this past year, I really realized, like, me personally, I always put other people's feelings before myself, because I'm overly passionate with anybody that I love. So it's just like, I don't know, when it comes to certain things, like, I just feel like, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, what was the end of the question?
Did it teach you anything about yourself or
Oh.
God's calling or your purpose for your life?
Yeah, I felt like, even though I may sometimes feel like it's a bad thing, I think that is my calling and it's my purpose, me caring for others, because that's just how I am. That's how I was raised to be. And it's like, hard not to. Like, so I just feel like that it has to be my purpose.
That's just your heart, and that's how he made you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't met anybody new. Cause I go to school with a lot of the people that I hang out with.
Okay,
And if I'm being honest, I don't really like meeting new people unless I have to. And you know, when I'm at Columbus State, I don't have to meet the new people. So, but yeah, I feel like when I'm not around the people like I grew up with or friends from high school or whatever, I could be like maybe a little more quiet or more mature. But yeah, other than that, I don't really have like an exact answer for this because I haven't ran into people.
I also learned that not everybody is raised how you were raised, and not everybody's gonna act how you act. You just have to learn how to navigate away from certain people and certain activities because everything is just not for you.
Yeah, that's good. Did you guys have any final thoughts that you wanted to leave the people with?
Go to school, kids.
Nah.
Any prayer requests as you enter this next year, your sophomore year of college, that you would want to share, that you want people to be praying for?
Let's pray I go back to school with a car.
Just pray that I stay consistent.
That is good, because I need to stay on the dean's list.
Thank you guys for sharing your testimonies today. I know it will help somebody. And if any of you want to share your testimony, what do I say? Wait, if any of you want to share your testimony, get with Valencia.
Hey everybody, it's your main man, Marcus Scott, back again. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that Testimony Tuesday. It's really good to hear our young people talk, to really come out their shells and really, you know, tell their stories. As one of the older people, there's a lot of times when I was their age, older people didn't give us the stage to like really share our stories. So thank you to them for coming out and doing that. Thank you once again to Miss Imani for hosting. They would open up more talking to her than they would older people. But hey, I'm glad they opened up. So anybody else who want to give their testimony, just come on down to First African Methodist Episcopal Zion Church, sign up, and share your story. 2 fingers.